I'm Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing The Letter. Previously, after finding out that Hana was missing, Luke and Hansi get into a fight and they finally agree upon just Hansi looking for Hana. Luke stays behind while he's guarded, and apparently Luke has multiple sets of knives in his bed or something. And then Luke goes to sleep after all this and has weird dreams that he almost doesn't wake up from, but manages to pull himself out of it and finds that the light is still off, and so he's going to go and fix it since nobody's answering him when he calls. He grabs a gun, knocks some stuff down, which I feel like will be important later, but who knows. Goes outside only to find no one is there, not his security. No guards whatsoever. So he's wandering around, and in the midst of wandering around, he finds Becca, Isabella, and McCullough. And now he's approaching them in a very menacing way. And that's pretty much where we left off. Let us continue. The detective from a few days ago, the one Lee mentioned, just as he's about to jump down from furniture that has somehow ended up piled and blocking the door to the parlor. What happened there? And did he really think it's alright to do that in other people's house? In other people's house? In another person's house? In other people's houses? However you want to correct that sentence. Loud. What great murder voices are back.
Put him in his place.
Let's don't, though. My hand's already moving before any rationale can stop me. Fingers firm at my gun when I finally release the safety from it and take aim. Not at him, but at his friends. They are his, aren't they? What else would they be here to... Why else would they be here together? To be fair, McCullough was stuck there. She didn't have much of a choice. Doesn't matter. I know this kind of follows some form of moral standard. He won't let an innocent be harmed, especially people he cares about. My finger on the trigger, more than itching to shoot, but I hold back. Sure, I could have simply taken aim at him, but more than seeing him bleed, I want to see the expression on his face once he realizes everything he's doing is futile. He's trapped. Lives are in my hands. His life is in my hands.
Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. People these days, in my own home, can you believe it? I feel so left out.
I can tell the exact moment that realization dawns on him. A short second of his body freezing and blood draining from his face as soon as his feet hits the floor and looks up. Now this is new background music. He's already pretty trapped, but by his own recklessness.
And really, Daisy, even you, what would Kylie say?
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here.
Well, obviously, why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is?
Maybe.
Oh, we're doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Oh, please what?
We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight. Don't worry. I might consider pressing lighter charges for the woman. Can't say the same for Feathers here, though. But really now. I swear! People need to stop breaking into my house! This is how you want to start the week. Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
So that's what he meant, but when he was talking about 3, because at one point he's like, there's 3 people, this 3rd time, because the maid, he's referring to the maid. Ah, okay. It's just passing remarks, of course. I'm not stupid enough to do something that'll bring negative attention to myself. Reputation and all that. I can't just risk it. The thought of having dead bodies here, ones that I'm not even responsible for, they're the ones who trespassed. It's already quite too much. It'll literally be overkill, especially for someone like me. Nevertheless, joke or not, Feathers wastes no time drawing his own gun at the slight wave of my own, even if he knows it's already too late. Dramatic drama music. It reminds me of like soap opera music. Still, he glares at me. Still, he fights back.
Now, Feathers. Manners. You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
There's no desperation in him, like I'm hoping, just an annoyance, flickering shortly before being hidden underneath a challenge. The likes of him are the kind of people I hate the most. Even with their failures already glaring down at them, mocking every worthless move they make, they have the impudence to stare people in the eye.
Why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about manners.
Oh, he talks back. The gall! You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Okay, that's what he meant. Got it. Annoying. Those are the annoying most of the time. Like a damn pest you can't be rid of. But to some degree it is commendable. I'll give him that. After all, we're almost the same in that regard. Almost. I'm still a better person, of course. He tells me to put the gun down, but I see no reason why I should. I'm a homeowner in defense of my own home. I have the right to, I'd like to think. Questionable permit of a firearm aside. It's not like I wanted this, but I'm already high-strung and the presence does not help. Bloody peasants. I can never seem to figure how their minds fully work. Take this one, for example. Despite the pride brimming in him, how he matches my glare with one of his own, he simply lowers his pistol after a long second. Not in surrender. The tense set in his shoulders tells me as much, but the closest he can get to lowering his own ego in favor of something I can't quite place. Interesting. Gotta admit it, I'm almost disappointed.
As you should be, my lord.
Great, murder voices are just egging him on. I've expected him to hold until one of us shoots the other. I can't say it'll be more exciting that way. A bullet can inside any parts of my body isn't something I'd like to have on a bad day like today, or any day for that matter. But it'll surely be predictable of him. And I like predictable. The kinds of people who are the easiest to deal with, no matter the situation. With them, there's no second guessing what they will do. He shoots, I shoot, one of us dies, the other walks away. Nothing complicated. Nothing requiring much brain power, just muscle, memory, and who's the better shooter. And a story. Yet, here he is, dragging a deep breath in and settling aside the only thing protecting him. I can easily shoot him this way. Be done with it. This whole farce of conversation. Instead, I find myself listening. A concession for a person who clicks too much and skips the line on accident. Got to remove my hand from the mouse. For a person who, in another life, would have also become the person I am today had his circumstances allowed it. Damn shame. We might have gotten along.
Listen, right. I need you to...
But alas...
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now. And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
I like how he is, Feathers. A meeting of two prideful blokes will never go well, whichever lifetime it is. And I can only laugh at this audacity, his lack of shame and fear, even facing the business end of my pistol.
You know what I'm thinking right now?
Murder's fun.
In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
The best truth I can offer him. Not many people, those who have slighted me in particular, live this long to see it.
And he should be grateful. You're already gracious enough, allowing him to stand in your presence like this.
Wow, she is really hyping him up, huh? Yes, especially when he has a lot to answer. Preferably right now, because as generous as I have been so far, my patience has its limits. My amusement can only last for so long. In 2 steps, I'm standing in front of him, grabbing him by the collar and resting the cold muzzle of the eagle against his temple.
Ashton! Luke, no!
He'll end up a pretty smear on the wall, this close.
Teach this loud a lesson.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the 3rd time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game. Did the NCA send you to apprehend me? Or has somebody paid you off to kill me? Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
And he knows it. Of course he does. He's a trained officer, isn't he? But not many bother to be as cautious as him. One glimpse at my handgun safety earlier is all it took for him to see. I mean business. Similar. Too similar. We're too alike in so many little ways. It's funny. Down to fact that he doesn't even flinch, no matter how heavy the threats in my words are. Even knowing how one flick of my finger on the trigger will be enough to end his sorry life. He should have caved in by now, started begging like so many others before him. Instead, he throws more vitriol, adds more kindling to a fire already burning.
I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go.
Did I skip something again? I'm just here to help.
I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger.
Because I've heard most of this before, I'm more inclined to just click through it.
You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
But I have so much money. What do you mean more brain cells? Igniting it further. But I can't help but return it to him with equal fervor. We don't need... So this should have been said. Right? Right? Like that should have been voiced as, we don't need him, my love.
Why, you insolent!
We both decide to move in that moment. Both our bodies tensing. Each of us racing to get ahead of the other. However, before we can even get a head start, a voice unexpectedly rings above the chaos about to ensue.
Luke, help me. Please.
Ah, and this is where we last left off. When things were getting good and it was like, Luke, right. I've always been cautious and careful, cutting off troubles head before things can escalate if I'm able. That's why I deal with the likes of Harvey, Suarez, and Johans. For all the enemies the likes of us can make, such a thing has never happened before, because I do everything to make sure it doesn't happen. So to see Hana in danger, I don't quite know how to feel or what to do. Of all the times for there to be a hostage situation, if this is even one, why now? Good fucking God, what is going on here?
Help me. Please. Please make it stop.
I think death would be preferable if my sense of self-preservation was shot to high hell. It would deprive me of choice and of responsibility in the matter. Am I gonna get a choice? And I don't want to think about how fast my heart beats, so that hardly so that I hardly hear anything other than my own heartbeats and her pleading.
Please, they're in my head, screaming. It hurts so much.
What do I do? What can one do against someone holding your life in their hands? With a woman that looks more monster than man. When the woman expression turns into one of amusement and her laughter fills the air, I want to call her out on it. There's a rage simmering just beneath my skin. But my own scream dies down in my throat. All I'm able to muster is a pathetic croak. She laughs as if this is all some sick joke. My breathing becomes a bit too shallow for my liking, and I feel like I'm on the precipice, there we go, where one wrong move can lead to someone dying. This is crazy. All of it.
Luke, help me, please. I can't.
And something in me snaps. There's a switch in my head that wants to go one way or the other. I have to demand Hannah's release, keep quiet. Oh no! If I scream to save Hannah, will the ghost just kill her? Because the ghost likes us. I'm saving, because if Hannah dies, I'm just going to like pretend this never happened. It's fine. I know I didn't save Zach, but that was too far behind for me to know that he would die. I'd be like, this is gonna be an instant thing. Alright, so let's save. You get to see all my saves. I'm running out of saves. Keep quiet. Relationship. No! No! That was a relationship thing? Okay, you know what? No. I thought that was going to kill her, but it seems like a relationship thing. If it's not going to kill her, then yeah, we're going to demand for her release. Yeah. That's better. I thought she was going to die. And watch, it's still going to be like, she loves you more, but now she did. Okay, yeah. What am I doing? Why am I even hesitating? Because I thought she would die. I won't go so far to claim that I'm any sort of decent human being, but this is Hannah, my wife, I'm talking about here. What sort of husband, what sort of father would I be if I just stood by idly while she's in danger? That doesn't change the fact that this is still fucking insane, of course. Having all these intruders is crazy to think about. Going at this thing is crazy. I can hardly classify it as a person in my eyes. Perhaps a maggot that needs to be crushed under my shoe, just like the rest of this sorry lot. But a person? Hardly. But I care none for any of it. They don't matter. All that matters is that Hannah and my children are in danger. But cold pours over me, freezes me in place once more when I try to make demands. I had to take a deep breath, grit my teeth, and steel my fist to even find the courage to speak up.
Let go of her! Don't hurt her! Whatever it is you want! Just don't you dare hurt her!
And if my voice isn't as firm as I like, it doesn't matter. I will beg and plead if I have to. On my knees, bend my fucking proud neck, and maybe even break it, just to make sure she's safe. It's not her life alone that is in danger. Our children's lives are on the line. Even mine, perhaps. Because I don't know what I would do if anything happened to Hana. I will plead for the woman who will be the mother of my children. The cold stillness is gone from my body. My very skin feels like it's on fire. And I have to shout, scream at her when Hana continues to cry out in pain.
What do you want? Money? Is that it? I'll give you however much you want.
Luke, please make it stop. I want it to stop.
Just stop whatever it is you're doing to her. Can't you see she's hurting?
I cannot stand for this.
Let go of her! Now!
I say it with such ridiculous conviction. And of course, she won't listen. Why would she? She has the upper hand here. There is no reason for her to do as I ask. But her voice is but a whisper, and deathly slow, and I'm hard pressed to hear it over the pounding of my heart in my ears. She speaks, the woman from the gardens, and the servant girl from the ballroom, from the hallucination, visions, memories, whatever they were. A hush settles over the room as we listen.
Do you really wish to be with her?
There are no second thoughts.
More than anything. So please,
Achievement
let her go.
A life for a life? Is Luke going to die? I'm not too sad about that. But whatever. So, though her, unless it ends the game, though her expression doesn't change, I have the most awful feeling that it wasn't the answer she was looking for. I can see how the woman's fingers tighten around Hana's throat, hear the hitch in her breath, and I feel that I've made the worst decision in speaking out. I didn't think she would listen, yet she does. Journal updated. A hand on Hana's back sends her falling down the stairs. I move to catch her, and that sends us both sprawling at the foot of the stairs. I know it's a journal update, but I want to know if Hana lives. With my back to the ground and her on top of me, the pain doesn't even register in my head. All I can worry about is Hana and the baby's well-being as I pull the both of us off the ground, away from the stairs, away from her.
Are you alright, Hana? Are you hurt?
It takes much too long for my liking before she speaks. All she's able to do for a moment is whimper in pain, a hand to her throat. And when she does manage to speak, her voice is far too faint, along with the hold she has on my arm. It's terrifying to see her like this, and to think I nearly lost her.
We are fine, Luke. I'm sorry. Just Give me a moment.
Okay, we will see what that decision gets me in the next episode. I hope somebody doesn't die because of it, because I decided to increase Hana's affections for Luke. And I'll read the journal entry in the next episode. I am Tina Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.